Welcome to day 20 on the Arizona Trail. This morning I am starting from mile 402, which puts me on the halfway mark of the entire trail. I camped near Thicket Spring, and today I am starting passage 23, the Mazatzal Divide. And now in 10 miles or so, we are heading to Bear Spring. 404 miles from Mexico, 396 to Utah. That's nice to see. For the first time, the number to Utah is smaller than the number from Mexico. This area has been very different than most of the trails so far because there is a lot of greenery around. There are tons of trees. The mountainsides behind me are absolutely covered in them. It is beautiful. And I am happy to say that I've made it to the top of my first big climb of the day, although I am approaching the second one very shortly here. Each day I am getting closer to Pine, Arizona, which I am quite excited about because there is a popular saying on the Arizona Trail that is, after Pine, everything's fine. And I believe that wholeheartedly because the past couple hundred miles have been very challenging. A lot of up, a lot of down, and the body is feeling it. The terrain is very rocky, constantly kicking rocks and tripping. It is another beautiful day on the Arizona Trail, another 25 miles on the agenda, so let's get to it. And here is the top of the second climb of the day. Whew, that was a doozy. Beautiful new views on the other side. Now it looks like we're gonna carry on along the ridge for a little bit before the next set of downhill. Sweet. Wow, not a bad view. It's so green. This is not a common thing along the Arizona Trail so far. Bear Spring, here we go. Just a quarter mile off trail. And here it is. Pretty cool. They've built a bit of a well here that accumulates water. And it's quite deep. I can't see the bottom. Ooh, nice and cold. I think it is 7 miles to the next water source. So I'm gonna grab a couple liters, filter it, and take a break before carrying on. This is our water. Those stagnant pools in the creek. Lovely. This is our lunch break spot. The last week or so on this trail has been pretty challenging, I must say. Some of these sections are a little bit boring and very repetitive. It's just my opinion. And so it's been a little bit hard to stay motivated or upbeat. The last week has just felt like a grind, even though we aren't really doing that high mileage. We're just doing our casual 25 miles a day, which we can do pretty easily out here as long as we're able to stay motivated. And while we've had this thought that is, after Pine, everything's fine, that is keeping us motivated, the other big motivator is the Grand Canyon, which I think is definitely the best part of the Arizona Trail. And I say this without having done the entire trail. And I kind of feel like I could skip up to the Grand Canyon at this point and not be too disappointed that I missed the miles in between. And I'm just being transparent. Lately, Deals and I have both been feeling a little fed up with the trail, easily frustrated by the flies that are constantly flying around our faces, easily frustrated by the constant tripping and kicking of rocks. We jokingly keep saying how the best part of our day is our lunch break and when we finally get to sit down at the end of the day and cook dinner. But how much of that is a joke and how much of that is the reality? I'm not quite sure. One thing's for sure is that I feel so lucky and grateful to be out here, to be able to be hiking this much and to be in nature and to be exploring this state that I hadn't explored much before. It's a beautiful state. Don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful trail, but the experience hasn't been as fun as the PCT's been in the past for me, for example. But I'm so thankful that I have deals around who I'm able to share the experience with. We are able to keep each other motivated and staying positive. It's just nice to have someone else out here with me. If I was out here all alone, it'd be quite the mental battle because there really aren't many people out here. And if it wasn't for deals being around, I'd be hiking completely alone. But yeah, I'm not saying this to complain. I'm just being transparent and being expressive about the true feelings that both Deals and I are having about the trail. It is not all sunshine and rainbows on the AZT. Let me tell you from my experience. The shoes are looking a little rough there. Here's our next water source, Hoppy Spring. We are going to grab a bit more agua, and then it's another 7.5, 8 miles to camp. A little discolored. Smells fun. Ah. Look at the plateau in the distance. So cool. We've heard there's a plateau that we end up climbing onto and then it's pretty flat for a while. That might be it. Guess we'll see in a day or two. I'm about to finish a fairly long descent on rocky terrain. My feet are not happy. From here it's a couple up, down, and then we'll be at camp. So only a few more miles to go. And I am starting the last climb of the day. We have now entered passage 24, Red Hills. Today had been hard, not just physically, but emotionally too. I was losing sight of why I was walking. I knew there was a purpose, and it was going to become far greater than I could have ever imagined. The miles were getting harder. The water sources continued to suck. The bugs were getting under my skin, and I was losing inspiration. But deep down, I knew this next section was important. At last, we made it to camp, and I am beyond excited. Cooking up a bit of a feast here, eating some chocolate, and that is a wrap to day 20 on the Arizona Trail. Ending it here around mile 427 or so. The mosquitoes have been out tonight. The worst they've been on the trail so far. I didn't know there were mosquitoes out here, but here they are. And yeah, I am pretty hungry. Can't wait to eat. And that's about it. Thank you for joining us on this adventure, and we will see you tomorrow. I wanted to tune in for a quick moment to tell you guys about something I've recently learned, and this is some really sad news. Mary, the incredible soul who treated me as her son when I was in Tucson, has recently passed away unexpectedly. This news hits me deeply because her and I had developed a strong friendship. I called her my Arizona mama, and she referred to me as her son. Mary was such a beautiful soul, so full of love and care, and always so quick to help others without ever expecting anything in return. I met Mary while hiking the PCT, and she instantly welcomed me into her home as I prepared to hike this trail. After that, she began stocking water caches along the AZT and making sure that I was fed, hydrated, and doing okay. She really was an angel. I want to use this moment to remind all of us how precious life is and how easily we can take it for granted. We spend so much of our lives waiting for the right moment, waiting to have more money, more time, less responsibilities, or when everything falls into place. But none of us are promised that time. So pursue the things that set your soul on fire. Take the trip, chase your dreams. Tell the people you love how much they mean to you. Live boldly, love deeply, and chase the life you dream about, because one day you may wish you had. It's the perfect time to remind myself that even when things get tough, there is so much to be thankful for. Sometimes we just have to slow down enough to notice the beauty in the little things. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Live out your dreams, because you never know when it'll be too late. Mary lived with generosity and love that left an impact on the people around her. I feel so incredibly fortunate that our paths crossed, and I hope I can carry a little piece of that spirit with me for the rest of my life. We love you, Mary. This series is dedicated to you.